Good evening. I just wanted to give you some suggestions on some areas that may be of help to you. The first point that I'd like to get into in this video are some of the resources that are available to you at WCCC. And then the second point that I'd like to get into are a few of the major assignments that we're going to be doing throughout the semester. Now, first of all, at WCCC, I'm not sure if you are aware, but there is a place right behind the Business and Industry Center, right behind Founders Hall, and it's called CareerLink. And it's a state-run office, and they can help you finding a job, working on your resume, interviewing, and a whole bunch of other services. But I know that they located there because they thought it would be worthwhile to have sort of an umbrella service to students if they wanted to go to the career link and then they decided to take classes at the college. But it's just a conveniently located place, and of course there are a lot of other career links located all through Westmoreland and surrounding counties. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. Now, something else that I wanted to tell you about is at WCCC, of course, there is a person who's the coordinator of placement, and her name is Sherry Knoll, and she is very, very good as far as the way that she conducts, the business that she has to do through her office. And anyhow, just a couple of points to mention with her is her email address is my.wccc.edu, and she can help you with a resume. She can obviously help you if you need to develop a portfolio, which you use when you go for an interview. She can help you with interviewing. There's a whole number of services that she can provide. So anyhow, I just wanted to mention that to you. Likewise, there are two transfer counselors. One is named Lindsay Adams, and the other is named Bob Wright. And if you ever needed to make an appointment to transfer to another college or university, just call the 724-925-4000 number, and then ask the operator to speak to one of them, and then you'll be connected to their secretary, Chris, and she will schedule an appointment. Likewise, there is a counselor there, is a career counselor. His name is Tom Steiner. If you would ever like to make an appointment with him, you can do the same thing. He can do the Myers-Briggs personality test for you. He can also do like a career placement type of test, and he can give you some different options that you may want to consider. So he is very, very good, and I teach classes in police report writing and human services writing, and he comes to those classes and speaks about different careers and opportunities and so on. But as I said, you can use that if you'd like to. So there's different options that are available through the school. And of course, something that I did want to mention just to make you aware of, if you are at the WCCC page at Campus Connections, you can click on the left hand side, you can click WCCC info, and then on the left side it'll give you some different things that are available, different services that the college offers and so on. But one that I wanted to mention to you specifically that may be of help to you, if you type in www.wccc.edu and you go in, they'll give you a listing of different services there on the left hand side. And if you click on some of them, for example, student life, they have a variety of different services there. But if you click on the one that says career planning, then there is the information on Tom Steiner. It says career counselor, and so it just goes through some of the different options that they have and some of the different things that they have that are available to you. So it's pretty, you might want to print that out, but like I said, that is something that is obviously beneficial and that can help you on down the road. And the other point that I wanted to get into here in Campus Connections, if you click on the library tab, and when you go into that, There is on the left side a link called Atomic Learning, and those are just a series of short videos on using Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Access. If you ever have questions, they have these really good videos on there. Denny Pearson, who teaches computer science at the college, was able to get a grant to get that. And then, of course, when you're doing your consumer report, you do want to use EBSCOhost. It has Consumer Reports Magazine. And then, of course, there is LexisNexis that is actually pretty good. And LexisNexis also has very good resources available. If you ever need to get a book from our library, there's the library catalog. You can click on that, and all you simply will need is your WCCC ID card. And if you ever need to get a book sent to you, of course you can. Even at the education centers, they will be able to to do that. They do have a link on there for library services for students at a distance, and you can speak to the public service or the reference librarian there, and so they give you information as far as that goes. And then they also give you a best web search tools on the World Wide Web. I like the best information on the net. I also like the Google Web Directory. It gives you a narrower focus. I've often used the Internet Public Library as well as Library's Internet Index. And it doesn't give you, it narrows down your focus more specifically, which is something that I think is beneficial. And then if you look down there, there's also the Learning Resources Center Guide. If you click on that and open it, it will give you information about different sources that are available in our library. And they also have the hot links, which means like if you click on them, they'll take you to that particular internet site or so on. But anyhow, if I type journals in here, you'll go on to page 14 and features of a popular magazine, trade publications, and scholarly journals. We're going to do an assignment for this particular class, and we are going to be using trade publications or journals. And so this explains the difference between those. So I just wanted to point that out to you, that there is some very good information at our library website. So just a few things just to make you aware of all the different options, not all of them, but many of the different options, that are available to you. Now, the other item that I wanted to talk about a little bit tonight is a few of the major assignments that are coming up. Now, one of the ones that we are going to be doing is an assignment where you do a summary in 3 different parts. And basically what the assignment is that you either pick a trade publication or a journal. Now, my wife Vicki gets 2 of those. One of them is called the Scanner, and it's for people who are rad techs. And I know there's a few of you that are going to be in that field in here. And they're geared more for people that are working in that profession. And they have articles and ads and everything related to that. And then also, too, she also gets the American or the Association for Rad Techs. It's more of a journal. And so that's a little bit more complicated. But for most professional organizations you belong to, they will send you one of their publications. But anyhow, what you're going to do is use a longer summary of about 1,200 to 1,500 words, or approximately, a shorter summary, which would be a third of the original or 25% of the original. So say if you have a 1,200 word summary, longer summary, then you would make the shorter summary 300 or 400 words or so. And then you also do like a visual organizer, and you just have the main idea in the middle, and then you have 3 or 4 sub ideas to branch out from that, and then from those you use 3 or 4 sub points with those. And so you can use, a lot of people will use WordArt or Word. Some people will use a program in the Office suite called Visio. Even some people use Excel. I've had people that use CAD. There's a lot of different options, but you just have to do a basic visual organizer. And there are some examples available in Blackboard and assignments. You'll be able to look at some of those. I do have a visual organizer too, but I have quite a few examples of summaries. But what I wanted to tell you though, in Microsoft Word, you can use what's called it's a summary type of program that you can use. And basically how you do it is this. You click on a Word document and then you open it. Then you have, if you're using Word 2007, of course, then there's the Microsoft button there in the left corner, and you're going to do auto summarize. So you select that, then you select Word options down there at the bottom of the page. And then what the ones that you select is you select the customize, and then you pick, instead of popular commands, you pick all commands. So you just use that menu, and instead of popular commands, like I said, you pick all commands. And then the one that you do is you go down the page and you look for one that's called auto summarize, and it says auto summary tools, so you're going to add that. And then you click OK, and it's going to appear in your toolbar. It's going to look like a piece of paper with a lightning bolt through it. So if you want to auto summarize a document, a longer summary that you write, you select all, then you select the auto summarize. And then what it'll tell you is you have a couple of options. You want to select the third one, create a new document and put the summary there. And then it's usually set for 25%. If you want to adjust that higher or lower, you can. And then you click OK, and it does it. I also wanted to point out to you that for your consumer report, there's an option to insert an executive summary or abstract at the top of your document, and that's what you need to do. So if you want to write the report and you want Word to create the abstract rather for you, an executive summary is longer, but the abstract, you can just click on that and it'll do it. And so I just wanted to point that out to you as an option for you. So we will be working on that. It'll be due in February. And then as we get into March, there's an assignment on written instructions. And all that simply is it's an assignment where you basically will explain something you know how to do, at least at the medium level of difficulty or higher, and you need to use at least 3 to 5 visuals. I've seen some people that'll use 15 visuals. And pick something that you're good at, you know, cooking or baking or fixing something, anything on that line. I've had people that did, you know, making a cheesecake, you know, or installing a new toilet in your bathroom, putting a water tank in, doing basic first aid, anything, like I said, that you're pretty good at, but you're just explaining it and writing and using some visuals. So the visuals that you use, you know, you can use clip art, but clip art isn't as good. I would probably take your own digital images. They come out better. But of course, you can get images from Google. You can get them through the Home Depot site. You know, there's any number of places that you can get them. As long as they're pretty good illustrative type visuals, then they'll work fine. I also did want to, you know, mention to you that with the consumer report, that is in 3 parts. The first thing that you're going to do is propose what you're going to be doing in your consumer report, and that's in the discussion board. Then a little bit later, I'll have you do a summary of your sources to let me know what types of sources you're looking at. And then finally, at the end of the semester, you do have to submit your consumer report. It's not due until the very end of April, but you can submit it earlier. If you submit it 2 or weeks earlier, you'll get an additional 20 points. If you submit it 1 week early, then you get 10 points. So that's an inducement to do it. But basically, what it is you have to just choose a product that costs $100 or more, and then you have to choose 3 brands of that product to focus on. So like a digital camera, a new computer or laptop. You know, I've had people that bought pistols, bow and arrows, any purses for that matter, cars. But basically, you have to use at least 4 criteria. If price is one of your criteria, then you have to use 5 criteria to evaluate them. And you have to use at least 6 sources when you're done, although most people will use more than 6. So anyhow, that's what we have to do for this semester. And so I just wanted to give you a bit of an overview. And I hope this has been helpful. Thank you.